Hey guys, editor Braden coming in after the fact here. So Ty's audio completely cut out throughout the entire episode. He's completely inaudible. That's a damn shame because he did talk a lot. So unfortunately, you're just not going to hear him for a lot of the episode. I'm just going to have to awkwardly cut around. So I do apologize in advance if you wanted to hear, his thoughts on Agatha or anything else that talked about in this episode. Unfortunately, that's just not in here. Sorry guys. Hope you enjoy regardless. I am Iron Man. Oh, 3000. I love you, 3000.
I hate you, 3000.
I hate you, 3000. What's another classic Iron Man quote? You hear what they say about Shakespeare in the Park, you damn asshole. Shut up.
Wait, I should do out my glasses with the beginning, right?
I freaking hate Thor and his dumbass ponytail. Piss off.
Someone's insecure.
I like his sweet, tight little ass. Yeah, but I think
there's a conflict of interest here on this stream.
But you've got two billionaires versus two
mortal enemies. I fucking hate this guy. I fucking hate him. Look at him. He's never been touched in his whole life. He's never been touched. Never felt love. Only hate.
I feel love every day.
You haven't. That's a lie. That's the biggest fib I ever heard of mine.
Yeah, your fictional robot women don't count.
Yeah, you can't make a robot. She's dead, bro. She's an owl and she's dead, bro. That's so disrespectful, dog. What the fuck?
Why are you bringing up the past like that? Why are you bringing
up your asshole, dog? That's what you're gonna
Why
get.
Are you bringing up the past like this?
You're making ass mustache.
You're being.
That's not a damn Chaos Emerald. That's a damn Dollar Tree normal ass emerald.
That's fake. That's not real. I've seen Chaos
Emerald. Where's the other ones?
Fake fan.
I got a bit of a Chaos Emerald going on here.
I'm gonna go Supersonic to prove you wrong, motherfucker. Okay?
Guys, listen.
All right,
you guys were Jonesy, hold on, bud. Okay, guys, shut up. Okay, we're trying to be.
You're the only one talking. You're the only one talking.
Shut up. Okay, I'm trying to keep this thing civil, and you guys are being assholes about this. Okay.
Shut up.
What?
Oh, what is that suit? Is that the Mark -6? It looks like shit.
This is the iconic Mark III, dude.
Oh, it ain't.
This is the Mark. Look at me. I'm Iron Man.
Discount on the clearance section, dog.
No, the only clearance section is
you look like the Iron Man Fortnite skin, dude.
You know what? I don't appreciate that. Okay, I put a lot of money into this suit. Okay, take the L. All right, take the L.
Where'd you get it from, Etsy?
Nuh-uh. Yeah, it was from Etsy.
Well, that came out good. His suit, not so much.
Etsy is higher quality than you might believe, actually.
All right, if it's higher quality, then put your faceplate up.
All right.
Okay. Oh.
Oh God, a penis came out.
Woo.
Oops, forgot about that little detail.
Yeah, I'm Jonesy from Fortnite. I got my my gun here and my pickaxe.
What else do you have there, Aiden? What's an essential part of the costume that you got sitting on the desk there? Why don't you reveal that?
What, Venom?
No, show off. Show the audience your big
chug splash.
Yeah,
my chug splash. A little dark this time, but yeah.
That ain't Coke, ladies and gentlemen. That ain't Coke.
No, it's not Diet Pepsi either.
I am Iron Man 3000. Love you 3000. Hello.
3000.
I hate you 3000. Yeah, because this cannot touch the phone at all. So when I was at the convention, I had to cut these out so I could actually touch my phone.
What? What was this passive aggressiveness? What the? Hey yo, I'm Sonic the Hedgehog, reminding you the 3 golden rules of being a speedster: get paid, get laid, Gatorade. Woohoo!
This episode is sponsored by Gatorade, so yeah, not Prime.
They're paying me actually in golden rings. In gold rings.
He really likes that mustache.
No, he's got no gold rings. He's a broke ass bitch. He's got nothing.
The only golden rings he has is where we shall not. Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah. Brandon was like, no, we won't say. That just like.
I was gonna say his asshole, but.
I mean, that's what was seemingly alluded to.
That's where the eggs go. The rings go in the.
Oh, that's the egg sack. That's the egg sack.
Look what came out of my egg sack.
God.
Ooh, that's where you have chaos.
They teased a little. They sent a little teaser out I feel like it was a week or so back, of the character Aki from Chainsaw Man. He's a very generic looking dude, but he comes with probably one of the best faces I've seen an action figure have in a very long time. Just that's all of your faces anytime I speak. It's just this pure rage and disgust that you can see on his face. I'm kind of just glad they're continuing the line. The last one they did was Makima, so it's kind of cool to get another one. I don't really know who else they could do next aside from some of the girls, but yeah, it's cool to finally get them, especially since everyone was buying the Figma, and the Figma's not very good, so it's cool to finally see him add to the line. It looks like a good suited body, too, with good articulation, so can't complain about that. All right.
What are you drinking? Egg juice?
Oh, the rip-off.
Egg yolk. Just egg yolk in a can.
Ew, that's disgusting. So Bell Workshop, who is a third-party company, they previously did a bunch of Marines, third-party Marines, and I didn't get them because they're too expensive. I might not get this too because it might be too expensive too. But they are doing a buggy pre-time skip. Love that. Looks great. I need to see what the faces look like painted and everything. I don't know what kind of effects he would come with. I'm sure this is a figure that SH is going to get around to eventually, so I'm kind of on the fence about getting it, but he is going to come with, he's all soft goods, so that's great. This is a big maybe. It's going to depend on price. It's going to depend on certain things. I need to see what he looks like with the other figures, too. That's also another big thing. I don't know if they can do that, but I'm sure they will. Oh, no, they did, because they showed Luffy with the Marine. Yeah, so that's fine. I don't know. Looks good. I want to see more. I'm sure pre-orders will be up soon. So maybe we'll talk about it more then. Yeah. So, for the Black Series reveals, there were the guy who races you in Lego Star Wars, the alien guy. He's pretty cool. There's the 2 Jedi you can unlock in Lego Star Wars. I mean, I guess they're pretty cool. And then there's big yellow Darth Maul, who is also kind of cool, but he looks gross because his neck is too skinny. Yeah.
Savage.
Oh, Savage. Savage.
They gotta remake Darth Maul.
Haven't they remade him like 6 times?
Yeah, but like the Clone Wars version.
Every time they get him, they just don't get him right. Yeah.
They messed him up because remember when
Is it a new figure in the 3-pack with Qui-Gon and Obi, or is that a reissue again? Okay. Oh, it's a new one. I saw that 3-pack at. Mm-hmm. Okay, I saw that one at GameStop I saw it at GameStop today, so I was kind of
like a Clone Wars-esque, because we did. I know
didn't they? That's the one that Ty got, and it was not good.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. But they made him too short, and he kind of sucks.
Beta male. Sabulba looks great. I'm not gonna buy him, but he looks great. Like way too much effort for this stupid idiot that appeared in one scene.
You don't got a speeder to put him in either.
That sucks. Well, you want to back the HasLab?
Someone would.
Yeah. Oh, he does look skinny. What the heck? They made him way too skinny. Isn't he gigantic? So his shoulders are down here, but his neck is it's he's got a really long neck. And there's the G.I. Joe Classified series stuff, and it's pretty darn cool. Yeah, look at it all on screen. Isn't it freaking epic? Wait, does that guy have does his bat wings have a oh, that's a game changer. That's a million times better than Venom's wings. What? Here are the Cap 4 Brave New World figures, deluxe figures. There's Sam Cap. There's the Falcon. And of course, Red Hulk. You are just making up words.
I like the names you provide for each and every.
I thought you were talking about G.I. Joe still. That's why I was going to be wondering.
Well, I mean, one of these guys.
Me too. I was like, huh?
Yeah, one of these guys does look like a
One of
G.I.
these
Joe
are pretty
character.
close to being like a G.I. Joe figure, but just way dumb.
Yeah. What do you guys think about this wave of deluxe figures?
I'm not getting any of them at all. The Red Hulk, I was mildly excited for, and then the face print is.
You don't look anything like
looks
Harry.
nothing like Harrison Ford. And I'm so disappointed.
My photos.
Thatch, do you have that the picture of the convention photo of him where he's like he looks really cool? I love
It
that.
actually looks like Harrison Ford.
Yeah, that photo looks incredible.
And I don't think the figure has it, but I love when they included the gray streaks in his hair. You know? Yeah.
Because he's an old man with gray hair.
And now the expressions they have with this, it's just like his neutral face looks so off.
He looks like
Thatch made a good point the other day. He's like, this is the third time they've done like a Harrison Ford likeness on a figure, and they still can't.
Yeah, this is the third character. He's got like eyeshadow. He's got crazy. Yeah. He looks like a pretty man.
He looks like Mark Ruffalo's Hulk.
He looks more like Mark Ruffalo.
It probably is. Yeah,
but I think the body is an all new sculpt. It is not reused.
Really? Oh wow.
Yeah, and it's wild.
If you wanted, like, if you missed out on a comic Red Hulk,
yeah, but they're doing the re-release. They're doing a re-release for the Target exclusive one now too.
That's true. That's true.
That's
just get out.
I'll wait.
I wonder if they don't have the likeness rights for him, which would seem weird to me.
That would be insane because they made Indiana Jones and Han Solo.
I know.
Yeah.
But those likenesses.
They made like 9 Indiana Jones figures with his on it.
Well, that was for the yeah. That was the Black Series.
Yeah.
Which is so weird.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's so hard.
You know what? I expected more of Legends because, like, look, they nailed this Hugh Jackman likeness. You know, I mean, they made a couple of them, but I don't know. They haven't made as many like as the Harrison Ford figures. You know, I think Bill Murray they haven't gone right either with that latest figure and the new.
I mean,
even then though,
at least looks like a freak. So I guess I kind of get it. You know, but I don't get any of these other guys. You know.
Even so,
the rest of us
we'll talk about it a little bit later. But even the newest Cap figure has a closer likeness to any of the other ones we've ever seen before. So
I think they use the same. We'll talk about it. Yeah.
It's the closest one.
They use the same head sculpt, but it's just different printing. I believe.
He kind of looks like
gotcha.
Again, it's the 5th time they've released that Bosco Spider-Man.
They love that figure. They have a hard on for that figure.
Anymore, you know.
To clarify, it is the No Way Home variant of the suit.
It is because of the belt, right?
Yeah, which is like two.
Oh, it's misleading. Yeah,
that's true.
One other thing I just thought about the Bosco Spider-Man. I had a huge problem for ages. I think many people did with having the masked head just did not fit on the peg for the mask, and it would stress that joint, the ball joint. I wonder if they fixed it with this because it's the same figure.
They've got to get rid of those stupid freaking gripping hands paired with the shitty fucking web accessory. It pisses me off.
And 2012 TASM web accessory.
My only hope is that in 5 years they just replace the advanced suit with the final swing suit. We get 8 re-releases of that. That would be the dream scenario.
It's funny because that final swing suit, they got everything right. Fisted hands, flippers, and open hands. Like, no...
Work on the tensions a bit, and he's primo.
Yeah, some X-Men character guy.
I still haven't gotten my hands on this newer, hyper-articulated body for the women figures, because I never got that Black Widow. And I'm so sour about that. So every time I see this... Every time I see these female figures with the more articulation, I'm like, I just want to get one. Just like I don't care.
I would not be surprised if there was like a Gwen or something with that
Probably.
articulation at some
You
point.
think they'll make a new comic book Spider-Gwen figure with the
Probably.
articulation? Because they haven't done
It'll
this.
be
Like a
it'll be
comic book
that or Spider, or it'll be that or Spider Woman.
when the first Spider-Verse movie
I
came out.
wouldn't go hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
that would be sick. I would love a new like classic Spider-Woman figure, not the one they just did like in the 60 years
The
Avengers.
5-pack?
The scroll.
Yeah.
Like the yellow and the red classic.
I love that. I love that. That'd be sick.
Why haven't they made a movie about that character? Why is there a Morbius movie and a Madam Web movie, but they haven't done Spider-Woman? Are you kidding me? Sorry.
Weren't they
Spider-Woman,
talking about
but-
that several years ago? Or was that just like a false?
It probably got thrown into the Madam Web movie, and then they went, ugh. Like,
Well, it's not. She's not in it. She's not in it.
Yeah,
I mean, there's Spider Women in it, so
yeah.
Just
They probably
make
just-
a movie.
All the different
Spider-Woman.
variations, are not the Spider-Woman. You know,
right. I don't know.
Doesn't make any sense.
Can I be honest?
Just-
I don't know if you
just-
guys already, I don't know if you guys already. Did you guys already talk about Spot already?
No, we
I'll
just,
be honest.
we just mentioned him.
I'll be honest. I think he looks awful.
Yeah.
I'm not a
crazy
fan.
about him.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, it's such a vague effect that it does not work on a 3D action figure. It is so hard to capture on a figure like this. It looks like a kid drawing on it with crayon. Like it looks.
it's a
feels
Picasso
rough.
spot. It's Picasso spot is what it is.
I actually like it.
I know, and I'm like, you're crazy.
It's not good. I just like,
Worth noting, he's trans black. He's trans
Yes.
black. Not black. He's trans black.
Yeah, he's
I
lumpy
kind of like
shoulder.
that as well. I really kind of like that as well.
I mean, it's fun. You know,
a cool idea, but the idea does not translate well to
I
figure.
feel like that whole Spider-Verse, like all the new Spider-Verse figures are all so, their paint jobs are so ugly.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
this
know.
is
They're
probably
clearly-
this is definitely not the best variation, but it's my
Yeah.
favorite of the bunch. This is the more
Yeah, this is one of the better ones. Universal is now planning 3 live-action Lego movies, one of which is a Ninjago one for some reason. Universal, what? Universal. Because they just recently they just put out their Pharrell Williams Lego movie, right? Who I haven't heard a single person talk about. So you know it's good. Yeah, I kind of figured, and I kind of was hoping so. But that didn't stop them from announcing this crazy ass news. Thatch, can you take it away? Just because you probably know more about this situation.
They announced. Here's how the rundown went. They announced 3 movies, one with Patty Jenkins and 2 other directors, all live action being made at the same time. Then separately, a separate article came out saying there is also, on top of that, a script for a live action Ninjago being written by those writers on the show. Not a movie, a script that they're going to pitch to Universal. Universal's like, maybe we'll make the movie, but let's see a script first. So those other movies are more on, I'm sure those movies already have scripts than this one is, but it sounds like, the thing that I find interesting, we can get into the Ninjago of it all, but we don't know what those other 3 movies are. I just think it's interesting that if the Ninjago movie is a live action Ninjago movie and the other Lego movies are also specifically stated to be live action, if they are based on other original Lego IP, like Adventures or Monster Squad, Monster Fighters, or Power Miners or Space Police, or
Edge Powers.
Hero Factor. Just kidding.
Oh,
We've been waiting.
live action Bionicle movie, even though we just got that with Transformers 1.
It's the
Or no, sorry, not live action. Sorry, but yeah.
shout out to Aiden. Ty? What's his name? Ben Saint or something? Yeah. Shout out to Ben Saint.
He's
Chugging through that crazy lore.
He's doing God's work in that. I'm like,
He's doing God's work.
that is one. It has already been one of the best YouTube videos I've ever seen. Honestly. Yeah.
Here's the thing about the Ninjago movie, because the more I think about these live-action Lego, first of all, that is the grossest statement, live-action Lego movie. Because like I'm like, what does that mean? Like, what? Because I immediately, yeah, that's why Minecraft movie goes straight to my head. I'm like, what?
That's my implication. That's my thought too. But the Ninjago movie gives me pause because it's an adaptation, and also, are you going to make 3 of those Minecraft style movies where the gimmick is they go to Lego World? Can you really do that at the 3 times? Not like sequels, like consecutively.
Yeah,
like
they're all different things. I guess they could do Dreams if they wanted to, if they really wanted to push that theme. It's brand new. They could be like, oh, here you go.
The thing also is, and I joked around about Hero Factory, that's not happening. But if we talk about Chima or we talk about those other ones, they're not going to give these movies Avatar freaking budgets.
No,
We're not going to get an epic. No, these are going to be lower budget family films. Not lower budget, like middle budget.
That's what Piece by Piece was pretty low budget, right? That had a pretty low. Yeah. So.
It does.
No, it's crazy how it is. It is insane how a movie 10 years ago looks a million times better. That's insanity.
Yeah.
To me, 10 years ago. 10 years ago.
The amount of detail.
The perfect way to describe the Pharrell Williams movie in terms of the art direction and the like rendering and it looks like the YouTube like a YouTube like person made it. Like it literally looks like the same budget.
Which if it was on YouTube, hey, that's a good job, impressive.
Cool, man. Yeah.
But when you have money and this is a studio, you have Pharrell Williams money. I guess moving aside from that, it just is very strange. I don't know what to make of it. I'm uncomfortable. I'm upset. I'm not in a good place.
Real quick.
Yeah.
If it is an adaptation of like original Lego IP, there is the possibility that it could be a live action Friends film, which would be weird because that would basically just be a Lifetime movie. But
or Disney Channel.
There you go. I guess.
Last thing. If they do the live action Ninjago, they do have a really cool opportunity to cast Wu again from the animated movie Jackie Chan. They could just cast him as the live action Wu. They could.
There you go. Yeah. Wu
is pretty old.
Have you seen Wu?
He was like 1,000 years old. Yeah, he's doing the Karate Kid epic crossover next year or whatever. The epic multiverse Karate Kid film coming out next year. They're taking it's not multiverse. They're
going to combine the reboot one with the original timeline, and they're going
to. It's so bizarre.
It's not a multiverse. It's not. They're not. No, they're not. They have different names. There's literally no. Like,
wait, they're not from the old movies? They're new characters?
What?
What are you talking about?
He's asking if they're both named Mr. Miyagi, and they're not. They have different names.
Gotcha.
Yes, it's not. It's a different name. There's no direct contradictions with those two movies. They could exist in the same world. Yeah, it's so weird. It's called the Karate Kid, and there's no Karate Kid names or any. It's just called Karate Kid, and it's about
Miyagi. Bizarre. Yeah. Okay.
Huh. But they can fit. They can totally fit.
I guess so. Weird. What next? Oh, Aiden, you got a book you want to talk about?
Yeah. I didn't think Ty was gonna actually put this on the list.
I put it in because I thought you were. I didn't tell if you were being serious or if you were joking.
I was not being serious, but I'm glad. Yeah,
I was talking about it if you don't want.
I was very shocked. I'm like, there's no way Ty actually thought I was being serious. But I'll talk about it real quick. Just from, I really haven't had time to delve into the book. I'm only like within the first pages.
This isn't even a review of it because you haven't even read
it. Hold on.
All right.
We're gonna talk about how ugly this fucking cover is.
Yeah.
I pitch in on this because we discussed this. This is the 19th book in the Dire Wimpy Kid series, and let me say,
it's a hot mess.
This is Wimpy Kid books. Yes, it literally is. I love reading all this shit. Dire Wimpy Kid's like what started me with like my anything related to like loving books for the most part outside of Captain Underpants. So I still get these. I feel like I'm like contractually obligated to get them when they come out every year. So I got the new one. And yeah, out of like the 18 other books we have, this is the ugliest cover. If you look at it, and if we have like I don't know, maybe I'll send a picture in the chat so the viewer can see it.
Cool. I'll pull it up.
It's a picnic tablecloth, like pattern like having a picnic, right? But there's fucking spaghetti over it, and like red sauce, and
it's got Rowley's blood stains on there.
Yeah, it's like there was like wars, like all over the place. It's a very just on top. It doesn't make you want to like go buy a book like, oh, that cover's ugly. It's like not even.
It's got the stains on top of the seizure-inducing.
Yeah, and they try to do like shadows on it. You can tell like what the hell is this line?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a crease.
It looks like it's in 360p, like quality wise. It looks so bad, and then when I actually open the book,
and color.
Yeah, when I actually open the book, it looks even worse. I don't know how that was possible. And Greg's head sticking out of a pile of spaghetti meatballs looks so bad.
Decapitated.
And then they
Yeah.
did it in a pressure cooker on the back image.
Jesus, why are they trying to kill Greg?
Aiden,
I don't know.
Aiden,
It's like
Aiden.
they're trying to make his head a fucking meatball, like from like Nightmare on Elm Street when like
Yeah.
Freddy's pizza.
Aiden,
Yes.
Aiden. It looks like if you would have shown me this like 6 months
Yeah.
ago and you said this is a fake fan mock-up of a Diary of a
Yes.
Wimpy Kid book, I'd be like, that looks
You
exactly.
can find it on Google Images and be like, oh, yeah, that's funny in
Greg's-
concept, but an actual book.
Greg gets eaten full fanfic.
I don't. Maybe the book's good. I don't know. I've liked what I've read so far, but it wasn't like anything
You'll have to
crazy.
do a follow-up. You'll
I
have to be
told
like,
Thatch
guys,
reviews-
this book paid it off, or it paid off.
No, it definitely won't. It definitely won't.
He paid it off.
I told
paid it
Thatch
off.
reviews that this series has been running bone dry, and it's
It's
just
like The Simpsons of books at this
it's
point.
regurgitating a dead horse after every October, November.
Jesus.
That's what it feels like, and I can't stand it because
Well, at least you're
it's
still
like when they
supporting
do
it.
these weird covers. The series originally started off with actual journals, actual diaries. So it made like, oh, it was cool as a kid. Like, oh, Greg actually made it himself, taped it, and like the spine. I love that aesthetic for it, and it just lost it after I think really was like the 13th book, and then they made it like where like one is in a pool, and that was like so bad. One's like on like athletics shorts. It's so ugly. One's like a speaker. The one they did last year with a chalkboard, I think that was my favorite they've done because it's just like math equations around the whole book. It's still not great. So yeah, I know we're judging a book by its cover here, quite literally.
The next cover is going to be a toilet bowl with vomit in it.
That was my next thing. I was like, it's going to be in a toilet.
The next big one.
Some urinal, and then they're going to have the urinal cake on the back or something, like half eaten. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. This series needs to end. It's just redundant now. They're doing the same thing. It's nothing new. I've always told Thatch they should have ended the book after book 5, the series after book 5, just because that was like highs, and then now it's just like, I don't know. I think it's really lost its touch after, especially like the 10th book. So,
Jeff, if you're listening, make sure you're taking notes, bud.
Yeah, take notes. But
this is your biggest fan right here, and he's deeply criticizing the covers.
I do love Jeff Kenney, the author. Yeah. He's definitely had an influence on me through his work outside the book series, but like Pop Tropica. So not trying to bash on him, but Jeff, I like you to do other stuff. You've had your time with this series. Yeah. Oh, whoa. Anyway, thanks for letting me talk about it. I was like, I had to go get the book. I'm like, oh shit, I'm actually going to talk about it.
You have to. We had to. You got to do a follow up when you finish reading it. So you guys.
I'll have it done by next week, so I can come back.
There you go. There you go.
If we want to talk about it, yeah.
It's a baby time book.
Oh,
he's braided.
How Braden? Nice.
His whole
dance for us.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I was a massive fan of the original Ultimate Spider-Man run. I actually have I've got like a 98% complete run from the first one to the death of Peter Parker and the beginning of Miles. My uncle gave it to me. I've had and he gave it to me when I was like a teenager, and I was like, oh my god. And I read the first book all the time. I had the volume of it, the volume release of it on top of the single releases. But the game, I've been a very specific attachment to Ultimate Spider-Man. When I heard they were bringing back the Ultimate Universe, I was very like, all right, if you killed one character in comics and it actually stuck, and it was the original Ultimate Spider-Man, and he didn't come back, and now you're gonna no. So they started to do a new series of Ultimate books with the title Ultimate, but it's not a continuation of the previous run. It is a separate universe. But still, it was getting a lot of buzz. It was getting a lot of like praise. This comic, like that came out in 2024, people were like, man, like actually a buddy from college when I was over in the summer at my internship, he texted me and said, dude, you gotta read the Ultimate Spider-Man book, because that guy's like a big modern comics nerd. He reads like Moon Knight, and it's like he loves Moon Knight. So I was like, all right, I'm going to wait for this to come out and I'm going to get it. And it came out like a month or two ago. I went to Barnes & Noble and I grabbed it. And I'm about halfway done of the first volume. I think we're on like issue like 10 right now overall. This first volume covers issues. What issues does it cover? It covers issues 1 through 6. Yeah. So it's six issues in here. So the next one will be in February-ish when the next 6 issues finish, and they'll release those ones. But anyway, this story, what's it about? So the only remnant of the old Ultimate Universe is the Maker, the Ultimate Reed Richards, Ultimate Comics Reed Richards, parallel universe, not mainline Reed Richards. He becomes a supervillain. He's honestly kind of like Doctor Doom, basically. It's kind of funny, but that's kind of a lot like what his shtick is. He decides to steal a universe, rewrite its history to make it where all of the people that would become superheroes do not go through their origin stories. Then he can come in and take it over without any force, any opposition, right? So that's where we start. However, the Iron Man of this universe, who's a younger Iron Man, he's like a teenager or something, he finds out about this. He gets into a fight with the Maker, causes a whole cataclysm in New York City. It's a massive event. And that kind of, now this comic is set a year after that. The news has labeled Iron Man as a villain. They don't even know about the Maker, and we're seeing these characters see that. We're following Peter Parker, except the twist on this, and all of the Ultimate Comics have a little twist on the lore. You know, it's kind of like Absolute Batman, the Absolute Run, all that kind of stuff for DC. It's like that. There's a little twist. The twist here is that Peter Parker doesn't get his powers until he's a 35-year-old man with a family. And that's kind of the setup for this storyline, the conceit. So these first few issues, I think I'm on issue like 4, the first one sets up a scenario where we are introduced to Peter Parker. He's married with Mary Jane. They've got 2 kids, May and Richard, not Ben, because Uncle Ben in this universe is still alive. Whoa! You know, but Aunt May died in that cataclysm a year before. She died, and Ben is the one who's alive. So Ben and Peter both work at the Daily Bugle, photographer, and then Ben runs the Daily Bugle with his business partner, J. Jonah Jameson. And so that's kind of like the reality we're set into. I would say Ben is closer to his father figure, and Jonah's closer to his uncle figure. I think that would probably how I'd put it. Peter Parker does stick with his parents a little longer in this continuity. I think he's like 13 or something when he switches over, but it's very interesting. It's kind of like the cool uncle and then the grumpy but good at heart uncle, you know. So Peter is going through his day-to-day life, and he feels like he's missing something. He's got a family, he's got it all, but he feels like he's not doing enough. He's having a midlife crisis, essentially. It's pretty cool because this Spider-Man, I think, is written for the people that grew up, probably people a little bit older than me, about 5 to 10 years older than me, that read the original Spider-Man as was coming out. I read it in hindsight. I was like behind everyone, so they'd all be a little bit older, but it's still cool because I'm between traditional Spider-Man and this Spider-Man in my life, so I've got a foot in both of these doors where I'm out of college, but I don't quite have I don't have a family. I'm not you know what I mean? So it's really cool to see his priorities be different, and it's like he's got a really good relationship with MJ. They have to schedule time to have talks about like their feelings because they're so busy. It's really interesting. And Ben and J. Jonah quit the Daily Bugle because Wilson Fisk is paying it off to not cover certain stories. So Ben and Jonah quit and start their own newspaper called The Paper to go against the Daily Bugle. So you're also watching them build this new newspaper from the ground up. But what's great about Peter Parker, and what I really like about this Peter Parker is he's really grounded, is he doesn't quit because he has to care about his family. Ben's wife is dead and he's got no kid to raise, and Jonah is a bachelor in his later years. So Peter cannot, even though that's pretty the right thing to do, he has to stick with it to support his family. And what I really like, when you do these twists on the lore books and you change something, you risk basically inventing a new character, and that's always where the danger comes in. If I'm a Spider-Man fan, why would I care if I'd read a character that's nothing like Spider-Man? But what's great about this is they maintain these characters through and through. They feel like the characters, and they do things the characters would do in their decision making, but just a little bit later in life, you know? So it's really cool to see that. And also, Peter is a character that always needs to deal with responsibility in like a life that's pulling him two ways. All of the stakes of that, of like, oh, I've got these responsibilities and I gotta split my life, are heightened by like threefold because he has a family now, you know? So he's not just like a kid with a girlfriend, oh, my girlfriend's gonna leave me. He's like, oh, my kids need to eat dinner tonight, you know? So it's way more, it uses the classic Spider-Man tropes, but they just feel heightened because of the stakes. And it's just really cool. The Green Goblin is in it. In this universe, again, Tony Stark is like an outlaw and like he's off the grid. So Stark Industries gets purchased by Oscorp, which is really cool. I actually really like that. And they net all their assets. And so he becomes basically Green Goblin, but with like an Iron Man style Green Goblin. And he's like a vigilante. And he's Harry Osborn because Norman Osborn died in the same accident that May died in, you know? So it's Harry Osborn, but it's like a 35-year-old Harry, which that's not a thing anywhere as far as I'm aware, you know. And he's a good guy, and it's cool because Peter Parker is just starting out being Spider-Man and he's really bad at it. Like Shocker gaslights him into thinking that he's not a bad guy because Peter's just like a nice dad, you know what I mean? But Green Goblin is more experienced, so he's able to sort of help him, show him some things, show him the ropes a little bit, and that relationship's fascinating. Harry, it's cool because Harry and Harry's wife or girlfriend or fiance, I don't remember, is Gwen, and Peter is with MJ, and they go on like a double date. And it's interesting because you get to see how adults need to make new friendships and like couples become friends, which is again an old person problem, not something we'd ever face in Spider-Man, but it's really cool to see, you know. Yeah, it's just really great. I'm really surprised. Matt Murdock makes a killer freaking cameo in it, and he is just a pastor in this universe. He's Father Murdoch, which is so cool. That like totally tracks. It's really interesting, and I think it's a great way to reinvent the mythology, but to not abandon it and to maintain what makes these characters. And people love a grumpy but nice J. Jonah Jameson. They freaking love it when he's got a heart of gold. And that is exactly, you get more of that than in any other media here. It is awesome. Really cool. And then Wilson Fisk is the villain. And Wilson Fisk is a great antagonist, you know? So it's a really solid storyline. Again, I'm about 4 out of 6 issues in, and it's about it looks like they're introducing Black Cat. So there actually might be some, like, they might touch on, like, I don't think he's going to have an affair with Black Cat, but like that temptation, you know? Really interesting. I'm really excited. I think they might be introducing a Sinister Six also later, but that's way far ahead of where I'm at. So really cool. My only concern is that they set up this universe with this arbitrary time clock where Iron Man figures out that all the superheroes' origins were ruined, and then he creates little like he creates a plan where he's going to send little balls to people that have got like juice or a spider or something that will catalyze their origin, and then he's going to then return in 17 months, and ideally all of the heroes he sent those to would now be fully activating superheroes, and his plan is to then take the fight back to the Maker, you know? But my concern is I don't fucking care about that. I don't care. You've set up the scenario to make this interesting Peter Parker in his world, and I love it. And I'm really nervous that this time clock, they're gonna come back, bring everyone back together, and I'm gonna be like, I don't like go back to normal Spider-Man. And I hope the Spider-Man's doing great. The X-Men run is also doing really good, but it's hitting with a different audience. And they tried to redo the Ultimates. They don't call the Avengers, they call them the Ultimates. And that book is notoriously it's like a cursed book, and apparently it's not much better here. So I kind of hope that they get that crossover over with, and then they just perpetually keep making Ultimate Spider-Man and X-Men in the good comics and just let these universes exist, because I really don't need a crossover. I think it's fine where it is, and I think people really like this. I think if you were going to do, let's say they want to stop doing Tom Holland Spider-Man movies and they want to do a new live-action Peter Parker movie, people would love this. Everyone hates Peter Parker in high school now for some reason. Everyone just decided they hate it now. This is the way to go. This would rock. You know, I think, and then that way, I mean, shit, you could cast an older actor. You could even bring back Like you could do a whole bunch, but anyway, I think it's a great comic overall. I'm really excited to see how it comes out. Please don't ruin it when the big crossover event happens. That's my 2 cents on it. I think Aiden, you love Spider-Man. I think you should definitely read it. I think you'd like it. There's not a lot of action at first because it's written for adults, not for babies. So if you're a baby and you need action and you're not interested in like drama or family stuff, don't read it. But I'm not a baby, so I like it.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, from everything I've heard from people talking about it, it just sounded fascinating. So I will definitely have to pick up probably that similar book if you got the first 6 issues in one volume. Yeah, it's just a fun and finally refreshing Spider-Man take, after miss with recent Spider-Man runs. So yeah, I'm curious what you're going to think as you go forward.
The first issue is great. If you read that and you like it, you're gonna be good. But you will like the first issue's excellent.
I'm gonna check it out for sure. For sure.
Yeah, this is our very first comic that we've ever officially talked about.
I'm waiting. I know Legends is gonna announce a 2-pack with this Spider-Man and the Green Goblin from this. I know it's gonna happen. I'm just waiting, but I know it's gonna happen.
The MCU put out a project thing showing off all the newer projects coming out, as well as some stuff we already knew about, but some first looks at some stuff, and it's pretty cool.
Dude, this is a crazy story. I think I'm the only one of y'all that know this. You want to know how this happened? So, when the last Agatha episode came out, no, not even when that happened, but like a couple days ago, the latest Agatha episode from a while back, if you went and you watched it, there was a glitch where they played this reel early. And so people just, and who's rewatching a new Agatha episode 5 days after it comes out, but some crazy people were, and it just played at the beginning and it leaked. It wasn't supposed to. And so there was a bunch of bootleg recordings of it. And so Disney just went, shit. I think they were supposed to put it on these episodes, the finale that just came out, not this one. I think that was their plan, and they accidentally put it on this one, and it leaked. So, there is not we need a trailer that sells us on the like tone and the pitch, and this is not that.
Yeah, that's like the first.
Nobody was sitting there going, like nobody is like, okay, all right.
It was the first. It was like the first 15 seconds of like a full trailer. I feel like.
Yeah, which is very strange when they do that.
Fake Mandarin's in it. He looks like he's going to be in the whole thing. Also, rumor
that character is still around.
Rumor has it that Ralph Boner is going to be in it, so we're going to get the crossover we always wanted. Ralph Boner and
Ralph Boner, Trevor, and Wonder Man.
Yeah, it's our greatest culmination.
They better have that. They better have the ass goblin or the ass creature in there from Shang-Chi too.
It's gonna be rated R, and Blade Moon Knight is in it. That's weird.
So weird.
Probably gonna get a random Marvel Legends figure of that for no reason because that's what they love to do.
Oh yeah, there'll be a Lego set about it too.
It's basically like really quick, and everyone's reaction to it is, ugh, does it really look like that? So, I don't know. I think they picked. Well, so I've seen other stuff from it because they had some. Like I saw the intro, and the intro was kind of fun, but I don't know. I think that this show it like got half the team scrapped and then picked up again later. I feel like the style was supposed to be different, and then they settled on something more generic. And they also played a clip of them in the back of an alley with a brick. It was like the worst clip you could have picked.
It looked interesting. I think it's the type of thing where I think we really need to see more of it before we could properly be like, what does this look like? Because it's a very quick action scene, and it's kind of hard to gauge what the whole show is going to look like. We did see a little bit.
The show's 2 months out, and we haven't had a full trailer yet.
Yeah, so... I hate when that happens. It's giving MTV Spider-Man.
Yeah, people were saying that.
MTV Spider-Man looks horrendous.
PBS Kids show.
Yeah, where's
that, man? I don't know.
It's got potential, but right now we're kind of sitting in a weird place.
Oh my god!
No, they already have Nick Jr. Spider-Man. He's got a Femme Electra or whatever in it. Not Electro.
No, that's Disney Jr.
Sorry.
You're right.
Sorry. What else did they show? Did they show anything for Fantastic Four? I didn't even see that.
No, they didn't only show the show.
Okay.
They didn't show any.
Gotcha.
I was saying we finally got, outside of set photos, our look at Punisher, John Berthel's Punisher again.
Mm-hmm.
I was sick.
Daredevil.
No, but he's just it looks like it's in the middle of like an action sequence, which is awesome with him and DD. There's another tremendous shot of you see Daredevil Bullseye fighting in a hallway that looks like it's going to be a winner.
Oh boy.
And
And totally, Aiden, you totally glitched out, my friend.
They won't let me talk about it.
Yeah, you're not allowed to talk on our podcast.
What was the last thing I was saying?
You said oneer. That was the last thing you said.
All right, yeah. This shot's gonna be a oneer.
And I cringed when you heard the word oneer.
There's only one oneer. They've confirmed only one.
Oh.
Cool.
Well, that's how it is in all the other seasons. So.
Yeah. I think it makes sense.
Every single fight's a oneer.
And they had to reshoot half.
Well, I feel like they're gonna build themselves up again. You're like, all right, let's try it.
Oh yeah.
And then
I forgot how good. I forgot how good that one was.
They had to Frankenstein a oneer into it. You know what I mean? So they weren't able to like plan it. Like that season 3.
Like the one they did for Echo.
The She-Hulk one was great.
The one in Echo was really fun.
Season 3's oneer was planned as soon as before season 2 even finished. Like that's how long the coordination needs to be. So, I mean, Aiden was right. It's kind of like the stunt men. Like they told them while they were doing season 2, "Hey, we're doing this crazy oneer season 3. You need to start practicing."
Yeah, lock in, boys.
Can't wait for Daredevil. That's it.
Yeah. That's all I care about.
I mean, honestly. Everything looks, I don't know. I'm going to watch all this.
We were talking about this the other night on Fortnite that we should probably mention. There's just a lot. There's a lot happening.
Yes.
It's so different from the lack of things we've been getting. And also Marvel being like, we need to slow down. And then they're like, boom. And it's like, okay, you're going a little hard, boys. I get it. It's probably, hey, we have a shit ton of projects that we've promised. Let's just get them out. Let's just get them done.
We're trying to clear the table for Avengers.
Thatch has to leave in a couple minutes, and I'm Tyler, and I loved Agatha. I thought it was really heartfelt, and it's the second best MCU show of all time. No, Ty, I respect your thoughts. I really do. I just, I haven't seen the show personally, but hey, I'm glad you liked it.
All that, except it's awesome. It's really good.
Yeah, I'm falling asleep listening to
you. It's really good. The last episode going over Agatha's backstory and the reveals in that are incredible. Like it's genuinely really good. Wiccan's really satisfying. It's very well done. They officially stuck the landing. They do like an MCU style finale, but they only do it in not the last episode, the second to last one, and it's really short. And it doesn't end in them like they have to call a draw, like Tyler said. And then the real emotional payoff and wait, and you understand, like, the whole show is like a puzzle, and then that last episode, everything comes together, and you finally understand, like, the whole show and it's really good. It's really good. Top 3 or top 5 for me, for sure. I like it more than WandaVision. Hot take. I like it more than WandaVision. Venom the Last Shit finally came out.
Yeah. And what do you guys think?
And it was, so here's the thing. Venom movies are all bad and stupid, and we all know that, right? They're all bad and stupid. They're sometimes fun. There we go. Hey, all right. Here we go.
Bring it out. No, not that one. Not that one.
No, we don't want that one.
Yeah. We're talking about the black one.
It's I think ultimately I like it more than Venom 1, but not as much as Venom 2, but they're all the same. Like, they're all goofy, dumb, bad movies. They retcon the post-credit scene from Spider-Man No Way Home, but not in the way you think. Not in the way you think. The symbiote is still in the universe from Spider-Man No Way Home. The left one, he just comes back and leaves an entirely separate one in the Venomverse version of the bar, and then that one gets. It's really stupid. They changed the way he portals back. Instead of glowing, he gets like sucked. It's so dumb.
No mention of Spider-Man whatsoever, too.
Oh yeah, they had to. At the end of Spider-Man, he goes, maybe I should go to New York to talk to the Spider-Man. And then in this movie, he's just like, I guess I'm just gonna go to New York because Venom wants to. And then that's like his motivation.
Let's go see the Statue of Liberty.
This is the dumbest one, I think, probably of all of them.
Easily. easily.
It's got a lot of plot lines in it. There's Area 51. There's a hippie family.
Lizards there.
then
Not
at
actual
the
lizards.
end,
No.
there's like a bunch of Venom symbiotes set up. Like everyone starts getting venomized, which doesn't work because in Venom 1 they established that it needs to be a perfect symbiosis or you'll kill them. But I guess they all just so happen to find perfect symbiosis at the end of this movie, and a bunch of symbiotes come out, and you're like, oh, finally they're going to complete the Life Foundation symbiotes because they just had Riot in the first movie, and now we do. No, I just make up a bunch of them. I just make a whole bunch of them up. There's no Riot. There's no. The only one they include is Agony separately. They include Agony at the end.
No Phage, no
No
Scream,
No Scream,
and Lasher.
Lasher, none of them. Agony shows up at the very end, and there's a girl, a scientist lady, who held hands with her little brother, and they got zapped by lightning, and the lightning traveled through her arm and killed her brother. And now her arm doesn't work, but she's got electricity in her, so when the symbiote touches her, she becomes a speedster symbiote that's purple. And she's the only symbiote left alive. There's a Christmas symbiote because a one woman keeps a Christmas ornament on her chest for no reason. And turns into a Christmas one. There's a cool double tweezer, like two symbiote. That guy's kind of cool. I kind of like him, but it's kind of stupid. And then Null is nothing. He's nothing. He's nothing.
He's on his gamer chair the whole time.
He's in his gamer chair. Yeah. No. Well, here's the thing.
The dream team.
This movie ends, and everyone was saying, "Oh, Null will be in Spider-Man 5." No, there's no way. The way this movie ends, they've got no clue where Null's gonna be. Certainly not Spider-Man 5.
He can stay in that chair for all I care.
Dude.
Because that's saving him right now.
The movie's underperforming, at the box office. So. And then they play Venom sacrifices himself. He falls in an acid machine that's just there for no reason, just out in the middle, just open. In the open, there's an acid machine in Area 51. It's not concealed. It's just out, just drops acid out in the open. And he gets melted because he melts all the evil null creatures that are visiting. And he dies. And then Eddie Brock is walking around New York. Eddie Brock doesn't have a life. He doesn't have a family. He doesn't have any friends. He's really sad in this movie. He stares out at the window to ground control to Major Tom and realizes he has nothing because this parasite has taken it from him. And now the parasite's gone. At the end of the movie, he's walking down the street in New York, and they play Maroon 5 and play a montage of him and Venom. And there's no Spider-Man. It's just that's it. That's how it ends. And then the credits, not post credit. I mean, the post credits is Null being like, "I'm gonna be in something, I guess." But the credit sequence, the title sequence at the end, they play a new Venom song called "Last Dance," and the whole credit sequence are just CGI models of random venomized animals. I shit you not.
It's the just best random part venomized of the entire animals movie.
Just floating around the movie. Most of them aren't in the movie. The vast majority of them are not in the movie. And it's crazy. I don't know that you ended a trilogy. You know how like Endgame played like this really cool end credit sequence where they're like saluting all the. They just put Venom animals in it. That's the way we end this saga. So whatever. If you like Venom, I don't know what to say to you, but you're probably gonna like this one. Sorry, I froze on purpose because I didn't know what to say to those people. These movies, if you're really drunk or intoxicated, these movies are the best. They're great. So we don't have a Doctor Strange trilogy yet. We don't have a Wonder Woman trilogy. We don't even have a modern day Superman trilogy. We don't have a Flash trilogy. We don't have a Green Lantern. But my God, we got a Venom trilogy. So next decade, every time you go into Walmart, you're going to see a stupid Venom collection sitting on the Blu-ray shelf for the next 10 years. Yep. So that's Venom what this is going to leave with that. He doesn't get the spider. He's just naked. No spider or anything. No, nothing. That's it. That's the movie. That's over. Yeah. I don't know.
Go home.
Beautiful.
Go home. I don't know what to say to you. If you like Venom, you should watch it. If you don't like Venom, it's definitely not going to change your mind. It's probably the dumbest one. If you're like me and you're a Spider-Man fan and you just go insane, you should probably get really intoxicated and then watch it, and you might have a good time. I'll probably have a pretty good time. But anything short of that, it's not good. Agony's the legacy. She's Venom's legacy daughter. That's what we end on. Like, what the hell do you want me to say to you? It's stupid and nothing makes any sense. There's no villain in this one. No's in a chair, and then they fight They don't even try to have a guy that talks to you as you fight him or anything. Like, it's just whatever. The little monster sucks in humans and shredders them into blood. That's kind of cool. Well, yeah. What are they gonna put in the Sinister Six without Venom? Nobody gives a shit about anyone else. Well, if there's no Venom movies, any more Venom movies on the books yet, it's at least Tom Holland has outlasted Venom, and maybe they can do a normal Venom. That's the only benefit of seeing this. Maybe now we can finally get a normal Venom, but probably not. So it's kind of like I told Aiden before he saw it. I was like, Aiden, you should see this movie because seeing this movie is like old yellering your old sick dog. You know what I mean? Like, you just need to bring it out back, send it off, and you can be done with it. It's just, you know what I mean?
It's a dog I never liked in the first place, too.
It's an ugly, gross dog that hates you.
Yeah. No, it's a more apt thing is it's like going to your weird, creepy uncle's funeral. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, I guess I have to, out of respect.
I have to do this, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
But
it gave me a lot of weird memories, but I'm here right now.
At least it's over now.
I'm watching you die.
Watching you die.
Watch your last dance.
Guys, I'm going to peace out.
All right.
I hate having to. Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys so much. All
Bye,
right.
Sonic.
I got to go fast. Yep. All right. Bye, guys.
Aiden, do you have anything to say about Venom?
Thatch hit the main points
As
of what
usual,
I really wanted to say, and I do agree with his ranking of like, this is the goofiest one. Unfortunately, I was not high nor intoxicated seeing this movie. I had to drive myself to the theater and drive myself home.
Big mistake.
I should have just drained my brain, you know. But I've always had to turn my brain off when I have to watch these Venom movies. I enjoy it more than the first one. I still like the second one the most. I think that one was like the most entertaining time, but this was the dumbest one. This was so ridiculous. But yeah, Thatch really hit the nail on the head for what I really would have elaborated on, especially with the symbiotes. And yeah, the movie had so much going on. I don't know how it mustered to even pull through. There are so many funny lines that you cannot believe there are actual lines in the movie. It is just, as soon as we opened up and it was like they changed the continuity, not continuity, but a little bit of how, continuity of how
they retcon stuff.
He gets back. Yeah, they retcon it. I was like, oh, we're in for a treat, you know. So yeah, Last Dance. Yeah, I'm glad the Venom trilogy is over. Should have never happened to begin with. But I told Thatch, it was a constant thought that when I was watching the movie, I was like, I cannot believe that we got a whole trilogy based on a Spider-Man villain and have no Spider-Man at all, especially when this character's origins are completely tied, integral to the character of Spider-Man.
It's honestly insane.
And
like,
he's just completely naked in black goo the whole time. No spider symbol like you see.
And his wiener's hanging out.
He doesn't have a wiener.
I wish.
I know you do. But you know what he does have?
How many times, Aiden, did you... He does have the glues. How many times did you audibly like laugh out loud while watching the movie?
Quite a few, actually, that I recall. I was like, "There's no way this is real." I'm like, "This is real."
Or were they on purpose, or was it ironic? Were you laughing?
Oh, it was on purpose. It was like,
I mean, no, sorry, was it like they were making jokes and you were laughing at the jokes?
Oh no! No.
Okay, okay. So they were laughing at dumb shit, basically.
Yeah, I was laughing.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Exactly. Okay. Yes, that's what I was. Yes, I was laughing at the movie. When they got to the final battle of the symbiotes, I was like, "Oh, here we go!" I was like, "This is." And it's like, it doesn't even feel like the end of the movie. I'm like, "Oh, this is okay."
It's short. It's like an hour and 30 minutes or whatever.
An hour and a half. But you know what? That's perfect because I want a Venom movie to take any more of my time as is.
Yeah, that's the problem with the first movie. It's too long.
Am I glad that I saw it? No. At all. I think I said before when I got the Carnage figure months back and I talked about it on the podcast. I don't like Carnage in the movie at all. When he was in the sequel, I think he's way too big.
Mhm.
But man, he made for a good action figure. That was like the only good part. I feel like I was like, well, we got this out of it. I feel the same for Venom. This is one of the goofiest Marvel Legends figures ever, but he's so much fun. It's a shame that the re-release doesn't have the bendy wire and the little heads.
Yeah, it's
but
dumb.
yeah, I'm glad it's over. Oh, I can move on. Yeah, he's got the big. He's got the big
You
cavity.
could put like putty in the back and like if you wanted to. And how many Venoms out of 10 would you give this movie? Yeah, symbiotes.
I'll give it 3 out of. How many we want to do? 5 or 10?
10. We're doing 10, baby.
We're doing 10. All right, I'll say
you gotta
4.
readjust. 4?
4 out of 10. Life Foundation symbiotes.
We call them symbiotes.
Or just
symbiotes. Yeah.
Or Venom.
All right.
Cliff.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So this is just a live action version of the animated suit, like 1-for-1. Okay, it might not be 1-for-1, but it looks very damn close.
Yes, it does.
Now that suit works in the animation because it's stupid and it's exaggerated. When you bring that into live action, it looks kind of stupid. Yeah.
Honestly,
I'm okay with that.
I like it. I told Thatch, I'm like, this is literally what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad the hat's there. I'm so happy.
Yeah,
that he has
I do like. I think the hat's been like as a new inclusion since the Spider-Verse appearance of the character. I do like that.
Without the hat, he always looked. Yeah,
it completes the look for him.
I don't know why. I think
the
the jacket.
Spider-Man as the tech. Go ahead, Braden.
Sorry, I'm interrupting. What I was trying to say is that with the jacket, it looks better with the hat, because without a hat and the jacket, it looks weird, because he looks like he's got bald head. And I get Spider-Man's always bald. I understand that.
Yeah, I was just no, I was just saying like it really completes the look of like what the character is supposed to be like based on like a detective noir. It's a Spider-Man version, so yeah, you got to have the jacket, waistcoat jacket, but having the hat, fedora.
That threw my whole theory about this being just an adaptation of the Spider-Verse character. Like I assumed that we're gonna make a show about the Spider-Verse character, but we're gonna do it in live action for some reason. That's what I was assuming after seeing the costume. But you reminding me that it's not Peter Parker was kind of like okay. And it could have been a gritty, gross like Spider-Man show where it's beating the shit out of people. But no,
I just like it's a straightforward adaptation of the costume. It doesn't take any liberties, make a whole different spin on it. I think it's fine. It's sticking to
not like the Madam Web suits where they make them look disgusting and awful.
Right, and they are sticking to like it being a period piece, and they're just fitting the aesthetic of that. I'm excited for it because in one regard, the show I'm only like I thought about like this would be exciting because it's like an Indiana Jones thing in its own way. Like looking at it, it's like it's like a Club Obi-Wan chase, and I feel like this is a whole detective, like case, or he's gonna go through something. I don't know.
I mean, and if you're gonna cast Nicolas Cage as a hard-boiled detective who beats the shit out of people, that's like the perfect.
I'm beat the shit out of Nazis. Come on,
because he looks like he's been beaten the shit out. He looks like he's been beaten. Nick Cage is the perfect actor for like if you want to cast somebody to just look like he just gets the shit kicked out of him all the time. Or that he kicks the shit out of other people. He's a goofball. It's just great. I love how goofy he is. So I hope they make him like a weird introvert. I hope he's just a strange person in this show.
It should be fun.
That's the appeal of Nick Cage. Nick Cage is either
adventure,
Yeah. Nick Cage movies or shows or whatever are either like surprisingly, shockingly good or like campy and awful, but still funny. Like there's
yeah, even if it's not good, Nick Cage, Cage being in it is always the
pure
best
entertainment. Yeah, no, you will be entertained no matter what. Even if he has the worst script imaginable, he will sell it because he'll stand there and be like, "Where's my wife? What's happening?" Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Well, watch like Willy's Wonderland. That movie's horrible.
I hope he does the crazy Nick Cage face at one point in this show. I hope he just goes like,
"Well, like a Mandy." Yeah, that movie's incredible. He is so good.
It's like this scene. What's that movie? There's a scene where he's like beating someone. He raises his panda. They play epic music when he slaps the person down on the ground. I need to find that for you guys. It's so good. It goes.
Oh, I think I've seen that.
Yeah. They play epic.
No, I love when they're doing the. He has so many great moments in movies, but like he's doing the. All right, like you see like the meme of like, getting ready to do your homework or something.
Wait.
Yeah, waiting for like the right point in the song.
Wait,
Yeah,
okay, guys, I found it. Hold on, we gotta watch it together.
God, that's so. Oh, that looks painful.
They play classical.
That looks like when Ty accidentally punched Brayden that one time.
Yeah, it does. That's good.
I was like, oh.
Now, if Jim Carrey never comes back as Eggman, we get new Eggman. I think, or sorry, not Cage. Jim. What did I just say? I want Nick Cage as Eggman. That's what I want. That's what I'm trying to say.
Jim Cage.
I was thinking about Nick Cage Godsmack. Well, I was getting confused with the names in my head, and I was like, "Oh, I did say that, didn't I?" Either way, I want Nick Cage. I want Nick Cage Eggman at some point. I just want to see how it. I just want to see it exist. He's got like a yellow suit.
There's no fucking who poses like this. Jesus, cranky.
I could rock that pose.
It's me.
Yeah, but you see, I like how he has one foot in front of the other.
He's kind of cool. Hell yeah. He's kind of cool. I won't lie. It needs to be like 50 degrees. Yeah, that's a classic Eggman pose. Yeah, that's better.
Right.
That's a It's just a T pose. He can't.
I love that.
All right, we have one more freaking thing to talk about, and it is the least climactic thing to end on. But
I love the Penguin. I think it's a great show. It's like the greatest TV show on the planet. I think Sophia's so hot, I want to make out with her.
Oh yeah, you kill Squid. Squid finds wants to be a part of Penguin's operation. It was brutal though. It was brutal. Right in the neck, bleeding out. Yeah, brutal. That I was on the edge of my seat as soon as that power turned on because we knew it wasn't Oz. Yeah, I think that the death of Oz's mom is definitely going to complete part of his transformation to the Kingpin that we're going to know. It's just going to be really devastating to see how that's going to play out. Oh, yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I don't know, I kind of sprinkled in most of my thoughts throughout of it as you were giving the recap, but yeah, man, it's getting nail-bitingly intense. It's just, especially the ending with the cliffhanger. I'm just eager to see the next episode this coming Sunday, just to see what that turnout's going to be and how Sophia is going to handle it. It's not just going to be, all right, I'm going to shoot Oz's mom. It's not going to be that. And yeah, it's going to be. Ooh, I'm really hoping that the show's going to land its ending because this has been a phenomenal show up to this point, and I think it will. But yeah, I love the speech that Oz did with the rival gang leaders. Just a great progression of where you can't be trusted. All this, I was like, damn right, but hey. So that was a really riveting, great episode. 4 is still my favorite by far. But I was surprised just to see the little time skip at the beginning, but it makes sense. I don't think I can see some people being like, "Oh, I wanted to see more the progression of the build up with having Bliss," but I'm like, no, we get the gist of it. I don't think we need to see the in between. Yeah, no, great episode. That's all I can really say.
Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. We love you.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Happy
belated Halloween.
Halloween.